You grow mentally weak when your life is too comfortable. Sometimes, loneliness is the price you pay for growth. You are who you are. Nobody's approval is needed. Learn from what people do, not from what they tell you. Expect nothing, and you will never get disappointed. It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. You need to stop the habit of doubting yourself. Self-pity is dangerous. Stay away from it. You can tell more about a person by what he says about others than you can by what others say about him. Not everybody wants to be your friend, and that's okay. You really don't want everybody as a friend anyway. Everything you need will come to you at the perfect time. Life will only come around once, so do whatever makes you happy. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Never let others know your weaknesses. Instead, always try to show up your positives. You can teach a student a lesson for a day, but if you can teach him to learn by creating curiosity, he will continue the learning process as long as he lives. You came into this huge world alone and will go out of it alone. Time flies. One day you are 30, the next you are 50. Plan now for what you want 50 to look like. What we learn with pleasure, we never forget. Holding grudges will never harm people you hate. Patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success. Once you feel someone avoids you, never disturb them again. I am always doing what I cannot do yet in order to learn how to do it. Do not be embarrassed by your failures. Learn from them and start again. Never fall in love with the same person twice, because the second time you fall in love with the memories, not the person. Just let it be. If it's meant to be, it will happen. The only way to live like a king is to work like a slave. You can achieve anything you want in life if you have the courage to dream it, the intelligence to make a realistic plan, and the will to see that plan through to the end. Education would be much more effective if its purpose was to ensure that by the time they leave school, every boy and girl should know how much they do not know and be imbued with a lifelong desire to know it. Challenges are what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Efforts never go in vain. Never be afraid to treat people the way they treat you. People learn something every day, and a lot of times it's that what they learned the day before was wrong. You can't do big things if you are distracted by small things. History has demonstrated that the most notable winners usually encountered heartbreaking obstacles before they triumphed. They won because they refused to become discouraged by their defeats. Hence, can make any impossible thing possible by yourself only. You don't always have to be going, being, and doing. It's really okay to just chill. If a man empties his purse into his head, no man can take it away from him. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Just because you are going through hell right now doesn't mean you will never smile again. Pain is purely temporary. Strong people are always simple. Perceived failure as a valuable teacher and a stepping stone to success. Celebrate small victories and milestones because they pave the way for bigger achievements. Improve by 1% a day, and in just 70 days, you're twice as good. Never limit yourself because of others' limited imagination. Never limit others because of your own limited imagination. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. All things are difficult before they are easy. Never overlook contempt. When someone views you with contempt and talks to you like you're beneath them, they will likely do you harm, whether relationally, socially, or physically. Remove that person from your life. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. How others see you is not important. How you see yourself means everything. The best years of your life are the ones in which you decide your problems are your own. You do not blame them on your mother, the ecology, or the president. You realize that you control your own destiny. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks, and then starting on the first one. Your direction is more important than your speed. Don't show your weaknesses. People will enjoy the show. Don't be weak in front of them. Never think twice about investments in yourself. They pay dividends for a long time. I am not afraid of storms, for I'm learning to sail my ship. Follow effective actions with quiet reflection. From the quiet reflection will come even more effective action. Tell me, and I'll forget. Show me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I'll understand. Embrace every opportunity for regrets. Come from the chances we didn't take. My dad encouraged us to fail. Growing up, he would ask us what we failed at that week. If we didn't have something, he would be disappointed. It changed my mindset at an early age that failure is not the outcome. Failure is not trying. Don't be afraid to fail. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Things don't go wrong and break your heart so you can become bitter and give up. They happen to break you down and build you up so you can be all that you were intended to be. Give back. Even if it's donating your tag sale leftovers or handing a dollar bill over to someone less fortunate, do it. It'll make you feel good. The aim of education should be to teach us rather how to think than what to think, rather to improve our minds, so as to enable us to think for ourselves than to load the memory with thoughts of other men. What you get by reaching your destination is not nearly as important as what you will become by reaching your destination. The greatest mistake you can make in life is to be continually fearing you will make a mistake. Your heart will tell you where to go. Your head will guide you there safely. Use one without the other, and you'll get lost. Don't ruin your health in order to earn money. You will end up spending your money to recover your health, and that is not reciprocal. Success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. We find comfort among those who agree with us, and growth among those who don't. You may have to fight a battle more than once to win it. Things don't make us happy, experiences do. Everything happens for a reason, always. Stop comparing yourself with those who started 10 years before you. Focus on your own journey. If you waste money, you can earn it again. If you miss the moment, it can never be returned. Just because you haven't found your talent yet doesn't mean you don't have one. Don't tell your friends that you're happy. Don't make them angry. Don't tell your enemies that you're unhappy. Don't make them happy. You will look back at your life with much more regret for the things that you didn't do than for the things that you did. Whoever brings you the most peace should get the most time. If you shoot for the stars and hit the moon, it's okay, but you've got to shoot for something. A lot of people don't even shoot. Don't worry about failure. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Remember, 5 years ago, you dreamed about being where you are now. Think about it. A well-educated mind will always have more questions than answers. Great works are performed not by strength, but by perseverance. Never lend money because you might lend it to friends for a few days, but retrieve it from fools for years. Listen to the people who tell you what you don't want to hear. Your past was never a mistake if you learned from it. Vision is not enough. It must be combined with venture. It is not enough to stare up the steps. We must also step up the stairs. Some things are meant to cross your way, but are not meant to stay. We learn more by looking for the answer to a question and not finding it than we do from learning the answer itself. If you punish the truth, expect to be lied to. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you did not do than by the ones you did. Unless you're willing to have a go, fail miserably, and have another go, success won't happen. If you can dream it, You can do it. You meet every single person for a reason. You spend all your health initially for wealth, and then you spend all your wealth for one day of good health. Keep your mouth shut whenever you are happy. Keep your mouth shut whenever you are sad. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Just be real. It saves everyone's time. Be kind to people without allowing them to take advantage of your good nature. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Last but not least, you are here for a reason that you may not know, but be patient. You beat 1,000,000,000 odds by being here. Be grateful for the little things in life that others take for granted. You spend your first 20 years worrying what people think about you. You spend your next 20 years swearing that you don't care what people think about you. You spend the next 20 years realizing that they aren't thinking about you. Don't be too timid and squeamish about your actions. All life is an experiment. All women will give you her pussy if you try to flirt them. The worst bankrupt in the world is the man who has lost his enthusiasm. Let a man lose everything else in the world but his enthusiasm, and he will come through again to success. Stop telling people more than they need to know. Live life with opened eyes, ears, and heart. Do not fear getting hurt. You can't grow if you don't hurt. Never share your problems with friends before finding a solution, no matter how challenging it is. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. The very best thing you can do for the whole world is to make the most of yourself.